Help. I, 26 female, think my boyfriend, 30 male, is exaggerating or faking his illness. Original post. Saw someone's post yesterday about navigating life with a partner who has fibromyalgia and felt inspired to post here. I'm hoping y'all can give me some solid advice. I, 26 female, have been with my boyfriend, 30 male, for a little under 2 years. In the time we've been together, his chronic pain, which isn't connected to any particular known condition as he refuses to go to the doctor, has gotten worse and worse. It's reached a point where he's almost incapable of doing chores or house projects, is usually too exhausted, in pain to make or agree to plans, and getting him to do anything outside of the house together is like pulling teeth. His objections always revolve around his pain and fatigue. I've never suffered from chronic pain, and thank God, so I'm not one to judge or accuse someone of making it up since the pain itself is invisible and my boyfriend looks perfectly healthy. But he's now been unemployed for about 4 months and I'm starting to question things. I'm starting to feel doubtful for a number of reasons, and the main ones are that A, he never turns down his friends' invitations to hang out, even when the activity is something physically intense like kayaking or going hiking or going to a music festival, and B, he is never too tired, in too much pain to have sex. Over time, it's almost made it seem like he's conveniently in an unbearable amount of pain when he has to do something he isn't all that interested in, i.e., chores, and I'm starting to feel hurt that he just doesn't seem to want to hang out with me outside of what we do lazing around the house. I've never accused him of faking or exaggerating his pain, but I have tried to talk to him about doing more fun stuff together, and it always circles back to his pain or him accusing me of trying to keep him from spending time with his friends, which I'm not trying to do by any means. I've done a ton of research into autoimmune disorders and other conditions that could be causing his problem, always bringing my findings and suggestions to him, but he just doesn't believe a doctor or any traditional medicine will help him. I'm also bothered because when we go to family outings or parties that we're both invited to, it's rare, but it does happen. He will talk anyone who will listen ear off about how bad his chronic pain is and how frustrating it is to not be able to find a solution. The thing is, he's not actually looking for a solution. He just smokes weed every day and calls that good enough while lamenting and complaining that his body is the way that it is. He also refuses to return to work because of his pain. For additional context, he seems to have really extreme muscle spasms, tightness, particularly in his back. I'm happy to support him through hard times, but the fact that he won't work is getting concerning and I feel severely stuck. I'm not interested in supporting him financially on a long-standing basis, but at the moment, I partially am by covering some of his expenses. If this post makes me a total asshole for questioning the degree of my boyfriend's chronic pain, so be it. I just need help and answers. So here are my questions. Where do I go from here? Do you think it's possible that my boyfriend is using his pain as a crutch? Should I put some kind of ultimatum in place that will get him medical care, attention? Your advice is appreciated. Now for the top comments before reading the update. Comment 1. Even if he does have chronic illness, he isn't doing anything to get a diagnosis or treatment, and he is willing to push on for things that benefit him and only him. He's also developed a drug addiction he has no plans of curbing. I am chronically ill. I am busting my ass trying to find answers and help because living like this sucks. I do everything in my power to support my partner and care for our home. While sometimes that's not a ton, I always prioritize contributing to my household over kayaking, which, even if I could push through to do, would put me down for a week. This man is using and taking advantage of you, disabled or not. He also has dumped this on you without you consenting to be his financial caretaker. You're not married. There is no in sickness and health here. Leave him. Comment 2. This right here. It's one thing if he was busting his butt trying to find a solution, but he's doing nothing. He's unemployed and not searching for a solution to get him back to work. Is he unemployed? What are his plans for contributing to the household? Considering his inability to function, do you see yourself continuing a life with him, and what would that look like? It's a big question. Do you want kids? Do you want to travel? Is he an excellent homemaker? Comment 3. The combination of misery because of my pain and guilt because my partner has to take care of me is enough to drive me into self-hatred most days. The fact that her boyfriend is just content with his life without taking any steps to feel better is wild. Comment 4. I've been trying to get answers for years. I hit a snag during COVID, but I think I'm finally getting answers. I'm always exhausted. My bones and muscles hurt almost all the time. My stomach never really stops hurting. I have acid reflux constantly, even with just water, and most of the time just want to lay in bed. But if my boyfriend asks me to go somewhere, with him I'll still go, but try to keep my limits in mind. I'm mid-20s and my doctor thinks it's dysautonomia, arthritis, and EDS. I can still do chores and most things around the house, but I just take longer. This guy sounds like he's just very unmotivated. Now for the update. Thank you to everyone who responded to my post and was so compassionate and kind. It was incredible to hear from so many people who actively battle chronic pain, illness, and those with loved ones who do. I hope to continue deepening my empathy towards anyone who is struggling with an invisible illness. On to my update. Armed with some fresh perspectives and some fresh frustrations, LOL talked to my boyfriend and told him that he needs to see a doctor, or I will no longer be able to support him financially and stand by while he remains unemployed and unmotivated to get the help he needs. I also addressed the idea of balancing his energy levels differently so that we're able to share household responsibilities more effectively, spend quality time together, and keep him doing the things he loves with his friends. His response was really bad. He told me that if I'm not willing to step up and clean around the house, something I'm already doing, that there's no use living together and that my efforts to clean are the bare minimum and not good. Enough for his standards anyway. He was also really mad that I haven't taken initiative to take care of yard projects and car repairs. He sat there and spouted off a whole list of things I'm not noticing in cleaning. And once again, he was focused on this idea that I don't like his friends, am jealous of them, and want him spending less time with them, which isn't true at all. This really stung. He basically brushed over everything I said and focused on my perceived faults. This told me everything I needed to know, and I told him I was leaving. He was just mad, not sad or hurt at all. I'm still crying excessively over his whole reaction. I still don't know how real or unreal his chronic pain is, but I guess it doesn't matter anymore. Thank you again, everyone, for your support and kindness. I'm truly at a loss. Story 2. My daughter wants me to rename her. Original post. My 18-year-old daughter came out as a transgender woman. My husband and I have been 100% supportive, and I very much welcome another girl in the house. She has 3 brothers. She expressed initially that she was comfortable going by her birth name as it is gender neutral, but after turning 18 and getting ready for college, she's decided she needs a new name. And she wants me to choose it. She says that she still wants to be named by her mama. I melted. Aw. I come seeking ideas. Her only parameter is that it's nothing that seems like she renamed herself. By this, I'm assuming more out there names are out. It's such a challenge picking a name for someone you already know so well, and not a newborn. She's incredibly intelligent, bookish, shy but spunky, and a total sweetheart. Gorgeous curly red hair and freckles. We are a family of Jewish-Irish descent, and her brothers are Lev, Raphael Raph, and Elias. I never had girl names picked out, as I found out later in the game. Do any names come to mind with this description? Her middle name will be Miriam. Family name? Thank you in advance. Now for the top comments before reading the update. Comment 1. Don't have any name suggestions yet, but wanted to quickly say I love this post and wish you best of luck finding a beautiful name. Comment 2. I'm also just really looking to get in here and tell you how happy this made me. You all sound just lovely, and I wish you nothing but joy. Comment 3. Maybe it's a sign that Joy should be her name. Comment 4. Eliza in Hebrew means joy or joyful, and I love how it sounds. Now for the update. Let's preface this by saying that this will be long and mushy. I took this very seriously and would love to share the experience. Feel free to skip to the bottom for the name reveal, sharing with her full blessing. First of all, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for the outpouring of support. The love far outweighed the hate, and we were absolutely awestruck by the support. I still have quite a few private messages to get through, but please know that I will read each and every one of them and do my best to respond. I got quite a few comments asking why I would post to Reddit when my daughter asked Me to name her. The answer is that I'm simply not a very creative person, and trying to come up with a name from scratch is so hard. I haven't named a baby in 16 years, and we have an enormous family. It is difficult to think of names that we love and aren't taken. I came here for inspiration and received more than I could have ever wished for. Going about choosing was incredibly difficult, but I eventually got my list down to a top 3. They needed to pass a few tests. 1. Does the name suit her? 2. Would 2006 have chosen this name? 3. Does it sound out of whack with her brother's names? And most importantly, does she love it? I brought the top 3 to her and she said, "Mom, this is defeating the purpose. I don't want to choose." So I had another idea. We would have 3 little coffee lunch dates around the city and use a different name to order with, so she could feel each name out and see if any of them were definitive no's. That ruled out Talia, gorgeous name, but didn't feel quite right to her. Aviva was also a top contender that didn't make the cut. I mulled over the final 2 for what seems like years, but I chose, and she expressed that it was secretly her favorite too. It felt like divine intervention to be in this situation, considering this name, with Purim so close. I am the incredibly proud mama of Esther Miriam. I absolutely love it, and so does she. Essie May evolved as a nickname from her father overnight, and it made me fall in love even more. May was the nickname of her namesake, and she happens to be a May baby. Esther also has immense meaning to us as Jews, and I can absolutely say that in 2006, me would have chosen it. The runner-up was Naomi. I could not have done it without this forum. Thank you all so very much for sharing this with me. Story 3. I, 28 male, am considering leaving my girlfriend, 29 female, after she catfished me as a prank. Me and my girlfriend have been together for 2 years. I always thought she was very sweet and kind, and I really appreciate how much she loves me. And while she sometimes got a little jealous, I didn't think it was a big deal. Hell, maybe I even enjoyed being doted on like that. It made me feel really attractive, which I never really felt I was. Recently, we attended a work event organized by my company, and we met one of my coworkers there. She works at a different branch, and we hardly ever talk outside of work emails and calls, but we get along well enough. This event was my girlfriend's first and only time meeting this coworker. On the way back from the event, and the following day, my girlfriend was acting a little weird. She kept asking me about a work wife, and asking if I thought that coworker was pretty, and other stuff about her. I knew my girlfriend could get kinda jealous, and I did my best to calm her down. No, that woman isn't my work wife. I don't follow her on any socials. I don't even have her personal phone number. I don't think she's more beautiful than my girlfriend, and I am happy with my girlfriend, etc. And she seemed to relax, and things got back to normal. A few weeks later, out of nowhere, I got a follow request on Instagram. My account is private, from my coworker. I approved and followed back. Her account is also private. That account was almost nothing but a few pictures of her in swimsuits, uploaded very recently. I haven't checked at the time and didn't really scroll her account at all. It didn't look like anything overtly sexy, just normal vacation pics, but there was nothing but vacation pics. It seems weird, but I didn't really care. Then a few days later, she DM'd me on Instagram. It was just small talk, and I replied, but it wasn't flirty or anything, IMO. She kept reaching out every few days, and eventually it did seem to get kind of flirty. I told her this felt inappropriate and I was in a relationship, and I'd appreciate it if we kept things professional, which she seemed okay with. My girlfriend seemed extra affectionate the days after that, and while I didn't suspect anything in real time, you can all probably see exactly where this is going. Still, at the time I was happy, and my girlfriend even seemed to be better regarding her jealousy. But then last week, I got a follow recommendation on my Instagram. It was my co-worker's account. This one wasn't private and was just a normal Instagram account, and looking through it, that was where those swimsuit pics came from. Here they were just a part of her normal Instagram account, which contained mostly normal pics and not just swimsuit ones. I then put 2 plus 2 together. Before confronting my girlfriend, I talked to that coworker at work and asked for her Instagram account, and she gave me her normal one, which I followed. And indeed, she gave no indication that we ever interacted on Instagram before, so it became clear I was being catfished. I confronted my girlfriend then, and at first when I was trying to be subtle, she denied everything outright. Then, she shifted to gaslighting me about it and saying it was just a prank, or that it was a test, or that because she was cheated on before she just needed to know that she could trust me. I told her that her being able to trust me was great, but how am I supposed to trust her now? She said that made no sense, and kept deflecting no matter how I tried to explain, going so far as to question how I even knew it was her if I wasn't cheating on her with my coworker. I told her that this was unfair and manipulative, and that I needed some time and went home. She's been texting and calling since, saying that I'm ruining a great relationship over nothing, I'm overreacting, and that when I finally realize how much she loves me, it might be too late. And it's not fair for me to throw everything we built out over some skank, but that just feels incredibly manipulative to me, and like she doesn't get what she did wrong at all. So, I'm conflicted between wanting to just cut and run and giving it another go. After all, we have been happy together for 2 years, but also, can trust be rebuilt after something like this?